Could go for a max rockfall. Let's see what my opponent wants to do, though. We got two big pigs on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here of Road to Master Belts here. My name is CBAD, and I'm excited to be bringing you guys this video. You guys see, we're right here. We are currently 7-2. We're going to hop back on the ladder, showing off our battle team's info, and we are bringing that same team as last time, that triple threat weather team that we have here. Charizard Ninetales, we've got Specs Charizard, Air Balloon Ninetales, Scarf Mamoswine, Citrus Berry Duraludon, Sash Pelipper, and Life Orb Ludicolo. You guys missed the last episode, check it out. We got playlists now, it's awesome. I do love playlists, and of course, if you guys are excited for some more VGC, make sure you guys show some love on that like button down below. Let me know you guys' thoughts. We are currently 7-2 right now, 9 battles in. With good progression, we should make our way through to the Great Ball tier today. If not, then we're going to hopefully try our best. But this is going to be the last episode with this team. Next two episodes will be with a different team. Let's go on ahead and see what my opponent is bringing. My opponent is bringing a very interesting team. I don't think I would have ever expected this on a VGC team. Rotom-Wash, Mamoswine, Arcanine, Mimikyu, Dragapult, and Rillaboom. So, looking at the team right out the gate, I think Pelipper and Ludicolo are a great combination. I think Pelipper and Ludicolo are a great combination. I think Scarf Mamoswine could be really nice for a few of the members. So I keep Mamoswine in the back. And then for the last Pokemon, am I thinking? For the last Pokemon, I do think Ninetales in the back is going to be good. Lead Rain has a really solid matchup. We do have Mamoswine available. All right, that's what we're gonna go with. But like I said, as always, if you guys let me know in the comment section down below, you guys are VGC pros, you guys know more about VGC than me, let me know in the comment section down below what I could have done better, of course, assuming we don't play this perfectly as is. And if I got lucky, let me know. Be like, Chase, you got pretty lucky, dude. That guy should have X, Y'd, and Z'd when you should have 1, 2, 3. My opponent's gonna lead off with Rillaboom and Rotom-Wash. So it's a pretty solid lead, I want to say, because I can get big damage off into both parties. I think I'm going to protect with Ludicolo, or excuse me, protect Pelipper, and I am going to Energy Ball the Rotom. We get some pretty big damage right out the gate here. My opponent doesn't choose to Dynamax, which is pretty good. I feel like a Dynamax Rotom would have been pretty bad for us, but we do get a nice Energy Ball off into the Rotom. We knock out the Rotom, which in my opinion was probably the biggest complication we would have had in this chapter of our careers here. My opponent does go for a drum beating into the Ludicolo slot. That is a neutral hit. It does do some pretty big damage, and he does get the speed drop. We are still technically +1 because of our Swift Swim boost. That is something to keep in mind. As of right now, Swift Swim doubles the speed. Right now, we're like a Scarf Ludicolo. So the Arcanine comes out, which is really interesting. I could almost anticipate a Dynamax Arcanine to kind of change the weather here, but we are currently faster still. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to Hurricane into Rillaboom, and I'm going to go for a Weather Ball into the Arcanine, because even if he Dynamaxes, we're still fat, unless it's Scarfed Arcanine, but I think the choice items mess up after this. So he goes for the extreme speed into the Ludicolo. Unfortunately, we don't take it. Ludicolo goes down. The Hurricane does go off. We are faster than the Rillaboom. We are able to get a Hurricane off into that slot, doing some tremendous damage as well. And Rillaboom does go for the knockoff. He's going to knock off my Focus Sash. We're still faster, so we can still take a hit. I do like the idea of going out into Mamoswine and clicking Earthquake. Because we did get rid of the ground immunity on my opponent's team. And what I do want to go for right now is I do want to go for a Scald. I want to go for a Scald into the Arcanine. And I want to go for an Earthquake here to knock out everybody else. Now, my opponent could certainly Dynamax the Arcanine if he wants to take advantage and kind of change the weather. I don't know what type of set Arcanine's running. Arcanine does have a naturally faster speed than the Pelipper. We're faster than the Rillaboom, though. I'm not familiar with my speed tiers to say we naturally outspeed the Rillaboom, but we did see, because my Hurricane went before the knockoff, that at the very worst case scenario, we got lucky and won a speed tie. But the Earthquake from this range should take out the Rillaboom, and it should do some big damage to the Arcanine, which is why I will double target that Arcanine. I don't see the need to go for a Tailwind or anything like that. I think the Rain Boosted Scald will be enough to do some pretty big damage. The Earthquake does come off. He doesn't Dynamax the Arcanine, so we are going to be able to get some big damage off. Do we knock out the Rillaboom? We do knock out. We get a double down. We get a double down. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I have seen other games come back from worse, but I don't see my opponent having one Pokemon in the back that can take out my last three. And it is the Mamoswine here. I feel pretty comfortable going for a Scald into the Mamoswine. And then what I want to do here is I actually want to Dynamax Max Rockfall. I want to Dynamax. What's going to be better here? Thick Fat prevents, I think Max Quake is my best bet. But I will go for that. He still has the opportunity to Dynamax his Mamoswine if he doesn't choose to. Then he can just resign to the fact that our team did pull off a little bit better than what his could have prepared. But I do like that. And I think one of the things that I'm learning here is targeting the threats, which could pose not overall an immediate problem, but also an overall problem to your team. And I think Arcanine being a bulkier Pokemon with access to recovery could have given us that. We are going to be able to get the Dynamax off first. I don't know if that plays into consideration our Choice Scarf that is attached to it, naturally making us faster, but he does choose to Dynamax his own Mamoswine, of course. We do have our Ninetales in the back, which will be able to go for a pretty hefty hit, and it is on that air balloon, so he can't go for a max ground move into it. He could go for a max Rockfall. Let's see what my opponent wants to do, though. We got two big pigs on the field, and our Scald is going to come off first, actually, and we're able to do some big boy damage to that. We get a crit, actually, in the rain, and then our Mamoswine is going to be able to pick it off with the Max Quake as well. So that is going to be game one. We did win that one with three still in the back, or one in the back technically, but we were able to win that one pretty handsomely. I thought the rain team was going to be pretty beneficial to us early on, and that is going to put us at an 8-2 right now on the ladder there. I'm really curious if that was that seemed like a more singles-oriented team just looking at my opponent's lead-up. So let's see. He did have Choice Scarf Rotom with Levitate, Hydro Pump, Discharge, Thunderwave, and Shriek. It was Modest with Choice Scarf. He did have the Life Orb Mamoswine, which was Adamant with Oblivious, Earthquake, Takedown, Ice Fang, and Ice Shard. Interesting. He did have Assault Vest Arcanine on there with Intimidate. It was Adamant with Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed, Play Rough, and Wild Charge. Did have the Salicberry Mimikyu, which is really interesting. Play Rough, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, and Swords Dance. Choice Band Dragapult with Infiltrator, Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, Sucker Punch, and U-Turn. And then he did have Cell Battery Rillaboom with Overgrow, Taunt, Knockoff, Drum Beating, and High Horsepower. That's a really interesting set. I wonder what if that's just anticipation of some Volt Switching shenanigans, or not sure exactly why Cell Battery. I mean, it is a resisted hit, so it does make sense that my opponent was able, what you'd comfortably eat the electric type move and then get your +1 attack off and go for a drum beating. So I guess I could see that. We are going to be able to grab a second matchup here against Jack. Let's see what Jack is bringing to the table. Jack does have he does have Whimsicott Lucario, which is pretty common from what I've seen right now, being able to go for beat up into the Justified Lucario. Dracovish is absolutely threatening. We know not to sleep on Assault Vest Mudsdale. Togekiss can be a problem, and so can Dragapult. So taking a look at my team here, what prevents my opponents from going for the beat up into the Lucario? I truthfully think leading Charizard Mamoswine is our best play. And then in the back, I do like Duraludon. Do I like Duraludon? Hold on. Do I like Duraludon? Remind me here. Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon, Snarl, and Protect. I do like Duraludon here. And then I think I like Pelipper last. So let's go for that. Let's lead there. I think the Charizard naturally outpacing. The key here is the fact that we are going to be able to take advantage of speed tiers with not only our choice Scarf on this, but also with our Dynamax Charizard. Unless he goes for beat up into regular Scarf Lucario, which I don't want to speak into existence, but Jack does lead with the Whimsicott Lucario combination, as we are able to pull off the Mamoswine Charizard lead. So, like I said, we do have the option here to just Heat Wave, which I do like that, and then I also like the Earthquake coming off as well. So we do have a Specs Heat Wave coming off, which should do big damage. Whimsicott actually goes for the switcheroo. Charizard obtaining eject button. Lucario's going to go for Bullet Punch here into the Charizard. Okay, so this isn't good for us because I'm going for an Earthquake. So that's a Wolf Glick strategy that I've seen with Trick, Eject Button, and Quick Attack from an Evolution. But we do have the Pelipper here, which is going to be good for us. Pelipper is going to be able to get the rain up, and it will also be immune to the Earthquake as well, which is nice. It's not a bad case scenario because I feel like our Earthquake should still be able to pick up the hit on the Lucario, which we find out is actually the Shuckaberry Lucario. We're still going to be able to do a little bit about half there. And the Shuckaberry did weaken it. So what I do want to do here is we are Scarfed Mamoswine. I'm going to set a Tailwind with Pelipper, and I actually want to switch out Mamoswine into the Charizard here. Because I think now that we've given the Whimsicott the choice specs, we might go for a Grass move into the Mamoswine, showing that we threaten the Lucario. So I do want to be able to resist that to the best of my abilities here. Whimsicott goes for the switcheroo again. Whimsicott does switch items. Pelipper got choice specs, and Whimsicott got the Focus Sash. So unfortunately, this is not the case. The Lucario does go for the close combats, which is a resisted hit on our Charizard, which is good news for us. And we are going to be able to get the Tailwind up to get some pretty big boy damage off on here. And now we can start tossing off some Specs Hurricanes as well. Choice Specs only allows the use of Tailwind. So let's Dynamax here. And I want to go for a max. Let's go for a max Airstream into the Whimsicott slot. And then I will just simply go for... I will double Heat Wave into both of those slots. We're going to see what happens here. If my opponent wants to keep going for switcheroo, he certainly can. But with the Tailwind behind us, we are going to be able to outspeed the Whims. I would anticipate we're able to outspeed the Whimsicott with the Pelipper. But let's see exactly. I'm not sure if this is still... We're going to have to look after the match if my opponent is running Beat Up Justified, or if this was just a false pairing to kind of throw me off there, because that's pretty anti-meta if he thinks, okay, I'm going to expect Whimsicott Lucario lead and plan that he's going to go for Beat Up in the Justified, and then my opponent turns around and cancels that. That's actually like leads otherwise. That's pretty cool in my opinion. So we are going to be able to get Big Bird here. Big Bird does have the choice specs. Lucario goes for the Protect, so Lucario is going to be able to take any hit, of course. We are going to be able to get the max Airstream off into the Whimsicott, as Whimsicott sets up its own Tailwind, which essentially nullifies out ours. However, we are going to be able to get the Heat Wave off into the Whimsicott slot if we can hit this. We do hit the Heat Wave. If we can knock out the Whimsicott, which we don't, the max Airstream would have been nice into the Lucario, but the max Airstream will be able to pick off the Pelipper, and now we're actually, because of that max Airstream, +1 speed. So now our team is +3, while his team is +2 because of their Tailwind. So we have a little bit of a... We've got a little bit of a speed war going on right now. But let's see what my opponent does have in the back here. We're no longer Choice Specs Charizard, so we are able to toss off moves like Air Slash as well. He does go out into the Mudsdale. I do like the idea. Of going for a Max Geyser into Mudsdale and going for an Air Slash into the Lucario. But let's see exactly how this pans out here. I would anticipate, given my opponent's team build-up, that Mudsdale is going to be that Assault Vest set that we have seen on the ladder so far. But we are going to be able to get the Air Slash off into the Lucario slot because of that Max Geyser, or the Max Airstream. We do knock out the Lucario, which is nice, which means this Rain Boosted Max Geyser is going unprotected into the Mudsdale slot. And that is some big boy damage that we do get off, which is awesome. The stamina does increase, which is fine. It is going to be +1 defense. And my opponent does go for the Rock Slide. The Rock Slide is going to knock out Charizard. It's not going to do too much to Pelipper. We do have that extra bulk because we're Dynamax, and Charizard is going to go down. So unfortunately here, fortunately and unfortunately, we do have the ability to go out in a Choice Scarf Mamoswine here, which is able to get off an Icicle Crash. I would anticipate my opponent has Piscragon in the back, which is the shiny fish. Shiny fish. So I do want to go for another. I want to go for a Max Airstream into Piscragon here. And then I think I truthfully want to go for Icicle Crash. It's going to be stronger. Let's go for Earthquake and get the double down here. It is +1 defense. +1 defense should still be able to put it out, but I'm going to go for the Max Airstream into that. I want to have some fighting chance when my Tailwind peters out a turn before his. So if I can put us in that situation, I'd like to. My opponent is actually going to Dynamax as well. Pokeball leads me to believe that they are going to Dynamax their fishy boy here, which they end up doing. The shiniest of Dracovish here, which is fine by me because we did double down in some sense. We do get the Max Airstream off. We are still faster, so their Vicious Rend after the fact isn't going to be doing too much, but we get our additional speed off, which is nice. We do speed boost the Mamoswine as well. I would anticipate that Earthquake is able to knock this thing out. The Mudsdale speaking, excuse me. It does knock out the Mudsdale. It's a critical hit on the Mudsdale. I don't know how much that mattered. It was at about 30% at +1 defense, so maybe it could have. So Piscragon's going to go for the Max Geyser here as well. It is going to go straight into the Mamoswine slot. It is going to knock out the Mamoswine, which is unfortunate. However, I believe our rain is down, if I'm not mistaken. The rain stopped, and I lose my Dynamax, right? My Tailwind petered out. So much happening this turn. I do not lose my Tailwind. Okay. So we have Duraludon here. We have Duraludon, which is unfortunately not fast. There's my Tailwind. There's my Dynamax going away. Okay, cool. That's fine. So unfortunately, I think I'm locked in a Choice Specs Tailwind, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So I have to go for Tailwind here. And I have to go for a Dragon Pulse and a Piscragon. I have to hope, based off of my own typing, that I'm able to live the Max Wormwind, that the... Oh, actually, if speed turns change mid-turn, I might be able to pull this off. He actually goes to the Max Darkness. The Max Darkness is going to come off into the Duraludon. We do take one of those pretty handsomely. We are going to get a special defense drop. However, if I have any faith in Duraludon, I feel like Duraludon's going to be able to pull this off right here. And we do, baby. Let's go, Duraludon. What is a Dracovish to a Duraludon, ladies and gentlemen? That is going to be 2-0 on the episode so far. I am so excited. We might have another 3-0 episode, but let's see if that was a good. Let's see. I want to take a look at Jack's team here because I want to see if that was one of those anti-meta teams. Let's check out. So Whimsicott did have the eject button with Prankster, beat up Moonblast, Tailwind, and Switcheroo. He did have the Shuckleberry Lucario with Meteor Mash, Protect, Close Combat, and Bullet Punch with Justified. So it was a modification to what I anticipated, but still what I anticipated. He did have the Choice Band Dracovish here with Vicious Rend, Psychic Fangs, Crunch, and Leech Life. I wonder if Leech Life is boosted by Strong Jaw. The Assault Vest Mudsdale, like I thought, with Rock Slide, Body Press, Iron Head, and High Horsepower. Life Orb Dragapult we did not see with Protect, Fly, Phantom Force, and Dragon Claw. So another physical. I haven't seen too many physicals, maybe because we're Climb Hunt the Ladder. And then Babiri Berry, Togekiss with Serene Grace, Protect, Air Slash, Follow Me, and Thunder Wave. So that was a really nice team. One thing I wish you could see is if they did have a... I wish you could see if they had... Is that the Great Ball tier? We're still rank 6 of the Pokeball tier. My goodness. All right. We're going to grab one more match. We're currently 9-2. Trainer has been found. I feel like if we can keep the win streak going, we're going to be in Great Ball after this, assuming that there are 6 ranks in each tier. So my opponent has, is this the Rain team from in-game? If this is the Rain team from in-game, Okay, so this is the rain team from in-game. I do like Duraludon. It looks like the rain. Okay, I'm gonna pretend like it's not the rain team from in-game. It's not the rain team from in-game. I do like Duraludon. And I do like... Do I like leading Charizard? Here's what I want to do. I'm going to lead Ludicolo. And I'm going to lead Charizard. Because I'm going to be able to fake out something. Is whatever his speed user is in the rain. And then I'm going to be able to Dynamax with Charizard and get a big hit off. And the rest of that, I do like Duraludon here for natural typing. And I don't think Mamoswine is ever a bad pick. So I'm going to lead off with that. Is that? I think that's the in-game rain team that you can get from the battle tower. But cross my opponent if we're climbing and doing our research and getting rental teams and learning, and they're just like, forget it, I'm gonna use the battle tower team, then, you know, so be it, man. So be it. But my opponent is gonna lead off here with the Ludicolo Barraskewda. So what I am going to do here is I'm going to fake out the Barraskewda, and I'm going to Dynamax, Max Airstream into Ludicolo. That is what I'm going to do right now, because I do want to give our speed boost a fighting chance here. all these doubles, man. So he's actually going to withdraw the Ludicolo, and he's going to lead off into... He's going to go out into Pelipper. So I think faking out the Barraskewda was really, really essential in this turn, because we are going to be able to get a speed boost. Barraskewda in the rain is so stupid fast, it's not even funny. So I don't know if we're going to be able to take a hit from this thing, but I'm going to try my best. He did set up the rain for my own Ludicolo, which is important because I can get an energy ball off into the Barraskewda. So I will be able to get some damage off here. And if I would have went for a fire type move here, man, that would have been so clutch. But we do get the fake out off into the Barraskewda. We are going to be able to do some damage. If this is the rental team, it is in fact a life orb Barraskewda. So we are going to get a Max Airstream off into the Pelipper. It's Focus Sash Pelipper, which does lead me to believe that it is, in fact, the rental team from in-game. However, we are going to be able to get the speed boost on both of our Pokemon here. I would hope that at +3, we are faster. And I'm going to go for an Energy Ball into the Barraskewda. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go for another Max Airstream into the Pelipper here. I want to hope... Barraskewda's got like base 122 speed, so that thing already being fast in general, and then you pair it with the rain and give it Swift Swim, it blows my mind how fast that thing is. So we may lose a Pokemon here. I'm going to try my best at it with a +3 Ludicolo to outspeed a +2 Barraskewda, and we're going to hopefully be able to counter the rain team here with our lead. But we'll see. Charizard's probably going down. In this turn, Charizard's probably going down. If I have to anticipate how my opponent's going to play, he is going to go for the energy ball into, or he's going to go for a water type move into Charizard. Ludicolo comes out. We're able to actually we're going to get another Max Airstream off into Ludicolo, which is great. My opponent does choose to Dynamax their Barraskewda. So there is a very, very strong water move coming our way, which I am not a fan of, but we can hope. There's always hope. There is always hope. We are not faster. My opponent actually goes for the Max Ooze into the Ludicolo, and that is going to blow me so far backwards it's not even funny. And that is going to give it the special attack boost. It's a physical... It gives both of them a special attack boost, so that's actually pretty interesting. Ludicolo is going to go down. We do see the Life Orb damage come off from the Barraskewda. However, Max Airstream into Ludicolo, we're just barely missing out on it. However, our Charizard's now +2. So I want to say we're faster than Ludicolo. We're not faster than... We're fast... Okay. How do we do this here? What's going to be my best bet? I think Duraludon's my best bet. If that's the Ludicolo, it does not have... Either way, my typing is great here. My typing is great. I'm going to go for a... Dragon Pulse I'm going to snarl, actually. And I am going to attempt the max airstream one more time. I'm going to max airstream the Barraskewda. I should have went for a max overgrowth, actually, but I'm going to try my best. The fake out from the Pelipper comes off, so that's unfortunate. He's going to flinch the Duraludon. The max geyser is water boosted from the Barraskewda. I don't think my Charizard is going to live that. Charizard does not live that. Unfortunate. If I've been talking about how my opponent used the Rental Rain team this whole time, and I lose to the Rental Rain, I think I might lose to the Rental Rain team here. Duraludon flinched. So Mamoswine is all that's left, and I think I have to lock myself into Rock Slide here. Which, I think I think I lose, because I'm pretty sure the fish has close combat. Oh, I'm going to protect with Duraludon. And I'm going to Rock Slide both of them. Seen fake out. I'm trying to remember. Is it Giga Drain? I don't think Ludicolo has much for me. I don't think Ludicolo has much for me. But my issue here, he still withdraws the Ludicolo. And he sends out the Pelipper here. He sends out Raichu? Oh, I haven't even knocked out a single Pokemon. Crazy. Alright. So Raichu comes out. Raichu is Bright Powder. Max Geyser comes off. That's going to go off into the Mamoswine slot. That's going to hurt. Yeah, we're not living that. Okay. I don't see... Oh, boy. How do I want to play this? How do I want to play this? So it's back to regular fish. Is the rain gone yet? Because this is still OG rain, isn't it? This is still OG rain, isn't it? One turn left of rain. I'm going to... Can I double protect? It's going to fake me out, isn't it? I'm going to double protect here. I'm going to try. Duraludon's got a Citrus Berry still. I flip the coin. I miss. The Raichu goes for fake out. Yeah, if I could have protected there one more time, that would have been really, really cool. Gets the crit fake out. And close combat from the fish. Close combat from the fish puts me at 6. This would have been really, really nice. Yeah, that's game. All right, so we end up going 2-1. We lost. I'm going to say it one more time. Oh, we get our Citrus Berry. Oh, joy. Oh, joy, we got our Citrus Berry. I don't see a way to bring this back. Both Pokemon are insanely faster than me. I am just going to run. We are going to end up with 2-1 on this episode, unfortunately, but my opponent played that really well. I knew the whole team, man. I knew the whole team. It just goes to show you, don't underestimate. I don't even know what that goes to show you. Don't underestimate rental teams, but that is going to be it for the next in the road to our Master Ball tier, ladies and gentlemen, going 2-1 on the episode. And I think 2 steps forward, 1 steps back is okay because it gives us time to smell the roses. You know, it gives us time to smell the roses and gives us time to check everything out. I'm going to quit battling. Let me see what the rank updates to. Let me see what the rank updates to before we end off here. Update rank. We're still in rank 6, I assume. I don't think forfeiting the match is going to drop us down a whole rank. So we did, again, 2 steps forward, 1 steps back. Gives us some opportunity to kind of stop and smell the flowers. But we are going to go down just a little bit. So we gained more than we lost. That's always what we want to do here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, if you guys have enjoyed, feel free to leave a like on the video. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Your guys' likes, your guys' comments and feedbacks always is what helps me know not only, yeah, this is the content I want to watch, but also this is how you can improve. And if it's not the content you want to watch, be like, Chase, download something else. But either way, thank you guys for watching. As always, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later.